Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Friday edition of the Auburn Blitz, brought to you by Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply Stores, Mortgage Pro, there at McKinley Team, and Big Fish Real Estate Group at Lake Martin. Brett Pritchard, Wade Bennett here with you on this fantastic Friday as we head into a holiday weekend.
Man,
Wade, good to see you, brother.
Thank you for having me back. Good to see you, Brett. I know it's been a while.
It has.
Back-to-back Fridays for me. I was with Andy last week,
filling
in for you, and now I'm filling up for the great one, Andy Graham.
The great one over there.
This,
right.
This Friday, this pre-Independence weekend Friday, it's always a good time here on Lake Martin.
No doubt,
on the 4th of July, my man.
I know it. I'm excited about it. Excited to get out on this lake with 800 million other people, it seems like. But, Wade, it is good to see you, buddy. You know, there's a lot going on in the world of Auburn athletics as we go on the air. We're expecting an announcement from four-star running back Jeremiah Cobb out of Montgomery Catholic. Between Auburn, Clemson, and Tennessee, I believe, his final three. A lot of people feel like, you know, it's a sure bet for Auburn. But look, let me tell you something. Until they say the name, and basically until they put the name on the dotted line, I don't ever feel comfortable anymore. But he's a big one. Auburn, he's the number one running back in the state, number 7 running back in the country. So, you know, it's time for Auburn to start picking up some momentum. Right now, only 2 commitments in this class, ranked 83rd nationally, and, you know, dead last in the SEC. So what can you say? I think we'll just kick it off right there. Auburn really needs to land Jeremiah Cobb today. We're heading into another dead period. Got to pick up some steam here, man.
Yeah, his announcement is imminent while we're on air. It's really neat to be on air with such a big announcement. What's so wild to me is how just like college football has changed so quickly, recruiting in the last couple of years with the early signing period has changed everything. This time of year, 3-4 years ago, we weren't talking about college football recruiting.
No.
And maybe the only people that were really worried about it was Nick Saban and his staff, because they're always recruiting. That's about the only sure bet you can place in recruiting. But the game has changed so much on and off the field. It's going to continue to change. You know, there were some big announcements yesterday I'm sure we're going to get into in the college football world.
Absolutely.
But locally right now, and for this show and for the Auburn family, they need a commitment desperately.
Well, this is one of the top players in the state. You know, one of the top 10 guys. Auburn needs to land this guy. I mean, if you look at the top 10 right now in this state, Alabama just got a pledge from Tony Mitchell. You know, it feels like that Alabama's going to get their fair share. There's other schools coming in and snagging these highly coveted players. One of the best classes in the state of Alabama. You got Penn State, Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, LSU, all trying to cherry pick as well. It's not just a 2-horse race anymore. You can even throw Ole Miss and Mississippi State in as well. It's a
Arkansas.
tough. Yeah, no doubt. And Arkansas is getting commitments from several guys on down the list in the 20s and 30s. But you know, one of the things Auburn's got to do is they've got to get their fair share of this talented class in the state of Alabama. I'm not sure how many they end up with. I was on the Gary Harris show this morning in Tuscaloosa, and Wade, I basically told Gary, I said, Auburn fans don't need to push the panic button quite yet, but they're not going to see an influx of commitments here over the next several months. It's going to be a long, drawn-out process to December, because I think Auburn's got to get on the field and start proving some stuff.
No question.
You know, there's still a rotten taste in people's mouth about the way things went on in the offseason. And there's a lot of great players, James Smith, Quay Rusall, some of those guys that are high on Auburn that are going, I like what I hear, I like what I see. They were just on a visit, but they're going, you know, I really need to see something before I make a pledge. I think that's exactly why Auburn lost Chris Vazina from Briarwood. I think he really wanted to come to Auburn, but Clemson won out because of stability. And
Right.
and I think that that's something that Auburn's having to battle right now, on top of it already being tough.
Well, you said it, and we talked about this last Friday. Auburn desperately needs the football season to begin. Both Andy and I, and we had some callers, we had some people on Facebook posting, think that Auburn could be better this year than next. I think they've got a solid team. I believe that Harsin has the staff that he wants there. That we both, Andy and I, circled the Penn State game.
Oh, it's a must win. To me, it's a must win.
A must win, and it will be the litmus test for the rest of the season, just like it was last year. I know. If you were listening last week, I said the same thing. But I talked to another Auburn guy in the media this morning before coming on the air, and we were talking about that game. And his exact words were, the Penn State game is not only the biggest game this year to see where Auburn is as a football team and as a program, but maybe in the last 5 to 7 years.
Wow.
It is going to be a huge, huge game. We won't learn much those first 2 weeks, and then the third week on CBS at 2:30 nationwide at Jordan-Hare. They've got to go out there and make a statement, because if they don't, then the questions that are in recruits' minds, in the average fan who sat through last season and the roller coaster it was, and even some of these powers to be that may or may not have been in part of trying to handicap the head coach or kneecap him at least this past February with that whole debacle, those questions could be, a lot of critics and a lot of questions could be answered with a big W on the third week in
well,
September.
I think you got to set the tone for the rest of the year, because the second half of the year is brutal again. If you look at the second half of the season, you better get while the getting's good in the first half, and you got to win a big game or two. You got LSU coming to town, which will be good that you've got LSU, which is very talented, but still they'll be answering a lot of questions. They got a new coach and Brian Kelly, and I think it's a good time to have them come back in to Auburn. But you got to go to Georgia. You got to go to Alabama. I mean, you got Ole Miss and Mississippi State. Mississippi State's got 18 returning starters. They're probably the most veteran team. Heck, we got to go over there after we blew a 28-point lead. Auburn didn't help themselves coming down the stretch any. That's another thing. They were poised after the Arkansas game. If you looked at the rest of the schedule, you would have said, man, we did. We said, man, it's a for sure 8, if not 9 win year for Brian Harsin in his first year. He won another game, man. I mean, they ended up winning 6 ball games. And it just, the air totally went out of the tires. You went over to South Carolina and laid another really, really bad egg and came back. Yes, you played good in Iron Bowl. You led most of it, but you lost the game at the end. You lost in overtime. And then you carried that in to a horrific performance in the Birmingham Bowl that everybody was already embarrassed to be in anyway. And then you just couldn't move the ball. And then then all the crap that went on with Brian Harsin in the offseason, it's just been a very tumultuous November, December, all the way into the offseason through the spring. And then I didn't even comment on that, the spring game. I mean, it was okay, but it didn't leave a lot to be desired. So you're right. I think for Auburn, the best thing to do is to get the season kicked off, maybe pick up a commitment from a guy like Cobb and maybe a couple other guys and start building some momentum.
Well, look, I don't put a lot into spring games, Brett. I'm never.
I don't either, but
I'll say this: in 2010, there was a spring game, and there was a guy that was playing quarterback, and his name was Cam Newton, and everyone was very excited. And I actually went with several thousand other Auburn folks, tailgated for that game, and went into the stadium and felt really good about the program with Chizik at that time, and left and went back excited for the season to start. This spring game, I don't even remember it happening.
Right.
Now, look, what happened this past February, and we could probably do 15 shows on that.
No doubt.
Brian Harsin whoever was trying to usurp him as head coach did not do the program any favors. First of all, the guy he's not from the South. He's from the West. He's new. That doesn't mean he can't have success here.
That's right.
And he's already kind of doesn't know the territory as well as the people he's been going up against, like Kirby Smart, Dabo Sweeney,
who were
Nick Saban,
natives of
Jimbo
this area.
Fisher, you name them. Can those guys recruit? Heck yeah.
By
they
the
can
way,
recruit.
Jeremiah Cobb just made it official. He just committed to Auburn.
Well, here we go. All right, so we can just put all the negativity out that we just came up with. We're back.
Yeah,
all right.
So
what a great pickup. You got to give Cadillac Williams a ton of credit here. One of the people that was most important to keep on the staff from last year. Get a couple of more guys and build some momentum, but and let's start eliminating that thought in recruits' mind that the negative recruiters are putting out there. They didn't want that head coach. You see what happened. He may not even be there the next year.
Well, you know, when you're down, when you're beat down, you know, people want to pounce. They want to jump on that. On you a little bit more. They smell blood, and you know your competition, and you know we do the same when we see some of our opponents, some of our key rivals that are wounded. We want to pour salt in that wound. Want to keep them down a little bit. But anyway, that's a big pickup for Auburn as we go on the air. Jeremiah Cobb from Montgomery Catholic, very talented running back, number 7 in the country according to 24/7.
Building a stable of tailbacks over there at Auburn.
Well, you know, and that's the problem. You know, we'll talk about it when we come back. We've been able to land skill position guys. What are we doing in the trenches? We'll talk about that a little bit too. USC, UCLA dropped a bomb yesterday. I think there's going to be more bombs.
Mega bomb.
There'll be some more bombs coming over the next year or so with the way these conferences are shaping up. We're just getting started. Stay tuned. More Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Hilleby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hilleby Towers in Alexander City.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
From the smallest drippy faucet to drain cleaning to water heater replacement to gas lines to total systems replacement, A&M Plumbing handles it all. Visit amplumbing.net today for the experienced, licensed, and insured pros at A&M Plumbing.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
At Glenn Smith in Opelika, we are proud to be celebrating our 30th anniversary. Enjoy big discounts on Chevrolet Buick and GMC SUVs. Chevy Equinox discounted up to $4,500. Buick Encores discounted up to $3,250. And GMC Acadias discounted up to $4,250. New inventory is arriving daily.
We have over 200 new and used vehicles on the ground or on the way. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Brett and Wade here with you for the next 45 minutes or so. Give us a call, 256-234-6221 if you'd like to be on the show. You can comment away on Facebook Live as well. That's Sports Blitz Live. That's Sports with a Z. So many of you do that throughout the show, and we appreciate it. Again, the program brought to you every day by Russell Do It Center and Building Supply Stores, 11 locations throughout central Alabama for all your building supply needs. So make sure you check out Russell Do It Center and Building Supply Stores. Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team, Eric McKinley and his group will get you the best rate on your home. They'll help you refinance. They save people thousands of dollars every single day, putting that cash back in your pocket and getting you the best rate possible. And Big Fish Real Estate Group at Lake Martin, nobody does it better than Big Fish as far as finding you your dream home here, not only in the Lake Martin area, but down around the coast. If you like the beach, they're the company to call. Who don't like the beach, man?
I mean, really, this time of year especially.
No kidding. Gee, I tell you what, I like the beach in the fall. You know, I love the beach in the summer. We just got back a few weeks ago, and it's, you know, there's people everywhere.
I think more and more people are starting to go down there in the fall.
And then that won't be as good anymore.
So now I'm going to have to find a new. We've been going down the past couple of years for Thanksgiving, and
it's a good time.
Actually watching the Iron Bowl down there and
really?
Having a great time. So, and then this past year we went back, and I mean it was like it was July 4th weekend. I was like, we're going to have to find a new spot. But you know what? If you're going to find a new spot, call Big Fish Realty, right?
That's exactly right. They'll hook you up. So just glad to have three wonderful corporate partners here on the program. Again, if you're just joining us, Jeremiah Cobb from Montgomery Catholic High School, the number 7 running back in the country, number 1 running back here in the state of Alabama, commits to the Auburn Tigers. So that's a good thing. Tuck just came in and said that snowball started today. So the snowball effect starts today. I sure hope you're right, brother. We would like to see an influx of good, solid recruits coming in to this class. We need them. Jamie said this season reminds him so much of going into 1972. Players were not supposed to be that great. They had a great coach and believed they could. They got a mean on and played like their butt was on fire. This 2022 coaches and players have got to play in that way. The way they have not done in their lives.
That's the Auburn way, right?
Right.
I mean,
the underdog mentality. Don't we always do better when we're not supposed to do anything?
Right. I mean, you back the Navy jerseys into the corner and see what happens. You're going to get a dogfight. I mean, Auburn. I'm not going to say that Auburn is going to play second fiddle to the University of Alabama in anything because I'm an Auburn fan and an Auburn man. But, let's just be real honest. Who over the years has gotten more talent and who hasn't?
Oh, there's no doubt.
And so, Auburn's always had to do a little bit more with a little bit less. So is that coaching? Is it the fans creating the excitement in Jordan Hare? Is it just laying your
It's got a lot to do with that. It's got a lot to do with that environment.
Finish the drill type mentality. You know, no one. You might have more talent than us, but you're not going to outwork us. It's going to take all of the above in today's college football world, Brett.
Well, it's like I was telling Gary. He and I were talking about it this morning on his show. The college football that you and I and he and all of our generation grew up watching is over. I mean, it's you gotta accept it and move on. I mean, we can sit around and cry about it and whine about it and say, I wish it was back this way, and it's not ever going to happen. You know, that kind of leads us into what we'll talk about next with USC and UCLA. Now, I will say this, and Gary said it on his show this morning, you know, the Texas-Oklahoma thing kind of leaked out. This didn't leak out.
Oh, no.
They kept this thing as quiet as you could keep it, and all of a sudden they just showed up and go, hey, by the way, we're leaving in next year. We'll see. We'll see you.
And then we're going to travel across the country in all of our sports.
I saw the Washington State Barstool account basically said, F it, we'll just join the SEC. I mean, everybody's just jumping ship. Well, here's the deal. The Big Ten had to figure out a way to counter what the SEC did. Because if you'll remember, Wade, right after Oklahoma and Texas made their move, there was a rumor that Ohio State and Michigan were going to join the SEC too.
That's right.
Do you remember that?
I do remember.
And so the Big Ten's like, oh, hold on a minute. So I think this has been in the works for a while. So they counteract the Oklahoma-Texas move to the SEC by getting their own. Pac-12 is about to be a nothing. They're already a nothing burger anyway. On the East Coast, everybody's asleep by the time their premier game kicks off.
That has been a problem for that.
It is, and they've continued to lose it.
After dark.
That's it.
You know, it's kind of a running joke.
It is a running joke.
It's like Saturday Night Live.
Right.
You know, which one are you going to watch?
Well, then you add the Big 12 and them scraping and scrounging and picking up a few teams. They're, you know, and it's like Luke and I talked about Tuesday night. You know, if you're the Big 12, Oklahoma and Texas cannot exit stage right fast enough. Because, okay, let's say they go in there and they add BYU and all this to their conference and they play them next year.
Right.
And they beat their brains out. And they go, hey, by the way, we're leaving. This is your new team that's about to join your conference, and we just beat the crap out of them. It makes them look even worse. So the Big 12 and the Pac-12 are on life support. Now, let me tell you another one that's about to be ripe for the pickings. The ACC.
Oh, no question.
You're the Big Ten and the Big Ten and the SEC are going out and picking who they want.
Right.
So where's Clemson going to go? Where's Florida State going to go? Where does Miami fit in this mix?
They know where they need to go.
They know exactly where they need to go.
To the SEC.
That's right.
So, you know, I'm looking over these show notes, and they're fantastic. And, you know, just the first thing that jumps out, there's 5 big conferences, right?
Right.
You know, and we were growing up, there was like 12 conferences. Some of them had like 6 teams.
Right.
There's 5 big conferences, 2 of them, the SEC and the Big Ten F-16, coming soon. You got the ACC, the Big 12, and the Pac-12. There's not going to be 5 conferences.
No,
there's going to be 4.
Going to be, well, and I really think there's going to be
probably 20 teams.
I really think there'll be one super conference eventually. I think we're working toward that. We got a lot of comments coming in. We'll talk about those.
It's going to be a whole new league.
It is, and like, look,
I mean, not a conference, but just a whole new college football.
It's funny. Luke said geography doesn't matter anymore. My son said that this morning. He's like, crap. You know, what does it matter? You know, they're just names only. These conferences really have no. They have no bearing anymore.
Right.
The SEC doesn't mean anything now either. The term, the name.
Golly, that
the
name right there.
It does, but it don't. I mean, you got Missouri, you got Texas, Oklahoma. That's not the Southeastern.
I agree.
It don't matter.
No,
so,
Oklahoma's not in the Southeast.
No, not even close. All right, got another break. Stay tuned. More Auburn Blitz right after this.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local Cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz here on this Friday, halfway through the show. Brett and Wade here with you. Give us a call if you'd like to be on the show that way, 256-234-6221, or you can do it like a lot of people are doing it right now as the comments come flooding in. I'll try to get to most of those here. First step to a super conference and college football commissioner, says Tuck. Luke says geography does matter, or doesn't matter. Boston College and Miami are both in the ACC. Mizzou plays Florida every year. We're about to have college version of the AFC and NFC. We've all said that for a while. These names, and I just said that before we went off to that last break, they're really just name only now. They don't really stand for anything. Ed said something tells me there will be some news at SEC Media Days, maybe at North Carolina, Clemson, Miami, Florida State, something like that to the SEC.
Would not be surprised if it was coming.
We'll see.
Now. Not after yesterday. We talked about this last Friday, though, Brett, and if you really look at it, it's not going back to South Carolina and Arkansas when they joined the SEC, which was...
by the way, 31 years ago today.
How about that?
South Carolina and Arkansas. 10 years ago today, Missouri and Texas A&M.
And both of the not necessarily the Missouri A&M for me, but the first two were revolutionary. The invention of the SEC championship game, but I don't think at that time that was some type of master plan or a piece of a master plan to a new college football world.
That was just expanding your conference. That was just expanding your conference and taking.
But when Texas and Oklahoma and those dominoes fell last year, that was, in my opinion, the first indicator that there is a master plan. I don't know what it is.
Well, the SEC.
But college football is going to be completely different in 5 years.
The SEC blazed a trail, and COVID just happened to be the catalyst for this. You remember the Pac-12 and the Big 12 said, we're not going to play this year. You know, when COVID hit, they canceled their season. You know what the SEC said? Y'all go ahead and cancel what you want. We'll modify what we're doing, but we're going to play.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what they did. And then the Big Ten said, okay, we need to play too. And then the ACC said, yeah, we do too. And then all of a sudden the Pac-12 and Big 12 said, well, crap, we better start playing too, or we're going to let they nailed their own coffin. The SEC started that snowball effect, and then it has just grown. And then they add Texas and Oklahoma, and these other conferences, man, are just they're left in the wilderness, and they're grasping to try to hold themselves together. The Big 12 is just that was so devastating when those two left to add Central Florida in place of.
Have you ever seen the movie Wall Street?
I have.
Gordon Gekko tells Bud Fox, what's he tell him? You're either on the inside or you're on the outside.
That's exactly right.
And there are some teams right now that didn't know it. They were on the outside.
And they were left in the wilderness. And now the SEC was taking everybody that they wanted. And so these other conferences, Big Ten especially, said, look, we better jump in the mix or we're going to be dissolved too. The SEC is just going to be the one driving the bus all the way around. I think we do have our first call of the afternoon. Caller, go ahead. Caller, you with us?
I'll hold it for John.
Oh, so you're not holding for us. So we'll try to cut you off and get you to another person. So if you do want to call 256-234-6221 to be on the show, but the SEC has really kind of blazed their own trail, and everybody's trying to grab now. Everybody's trying to jump on their coattails, and I would not be surprised, just like Ed said, SEC Media Days, here comes another punch to the jaw, man.
Well, SEC Media Days was going to be much-watched television anyway because of what happened earlier in the season with Nick Saban and Jimbo Fisher. But now I think everyone who might have been holding out on watching and paying attention just because it's still the summertime or kind of the summertime and don't want to think about football just yet, there's probably some news coming down the pipeline.
I think so. Luke said Florida State and Clemson should be scared. They had no footprint. That's an interesting comment there. Tuck says that SEC will counter with Clemson and Florida State. I would think that would be an inevitable move. Luke said schools making $100 million a year from TV alone. Don't worry about travel expenses. So USC, UCLA referring to them.
When you're going into, and he's right about that, when you go into the new world of what's about to happen in college football, and like I said, I don't know the plan, but I do think that there are think tanks and there are very smart people who have started planning this out. I think Texas and Oklahoma was the first domino to fall, really, towards this new world of college football, this super conference that's coming, or this super league that's probably going to be outside the purview of the NCAA.
Well,
and it's not going to be a $100 million deal. It's going to be $1 billion deal.
That's right. It's going to be the B word.
Yeah.
And it's like Andy said, he thought the Big Ten, the Pac-12, and the ACC were allies against the SEC. That didn't quite work out. But I think this is another step toward what you just said, getting away from the NCAA. The NCAA
it's finished.
And the circus that they've been for 50 years. John Paul says, congratulations to Cobb. So if you just tuned in, Jeremiah Cobb from Montgomery Catholic.
And Auburn, look, Auburn's having to overcome a tremendous amount of issues on the recruiting trail.
No doubt. A lot of self-inflicted ones.
And several of them unfair. But to land a good, solid recruit in the state of Alabama right now, hopefully that's the first one of many.
Yeah, and that's what Tuck said. Hopefully this is the snowball. And he said, hey, Brett, SEC does mean more, LOL. And that you know, that's the slogan of the SEC. And I know what he's talking about because I said these names really don't mean anything anymore. From a geography standpoint, they don't. I mean, the ACC, the Big 12, the Pac-12, I mean, that, you know, when you had Nebraska and Colorado and all that flipping and flopping, and you just don't have the names are insignificant. They just stayed because that's what everybody knew. They didn't want to rename, rebrand anything, so they just kept it as is. But the SEC is by far, and I know this is no shock to anybody, it's the obvious, like the nose on your face. They're the dominant forefather leader of college athletics right now, whether you like it or not.
No, there's no question about it. I mean, this wouldn't be happening if it weren't for the SEC.
No doubt about it.
You just laid that entire argument out.
Yeah, and it's fact. No doubt about it. Up against another break. Stay tuned. More Auburn Blitz right after this.
Lake Martin has a new car buying experience. It's the TR Group of Alex City on Cherokee Road. The TR Group has up to 100 late model vehicles to choose from and will not be beat on price, selection, or financing. With the TR Group, your selection and quality is easy and your good credit is rewarded. But we offer guaranteed financing on our inventory because your future is more important than your past. The TR Group, Lake Martin's new standard in auto sales. Located at 814 Cherokee Road, Alex City, USA.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Whether you prefer bricks, clicks, or taps, there's one place built around all your needs. For whatever it is you want to do. Even if your needs change, we'll be right there with you, making it all possible. Because you never know when a new addition will come along. So walk in, log on, or tap away. Either way, Valley's built to help you do you. Wherever life takes you, we'll be right there with you.
Hey guys, this is Nate Paz with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs. Or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City. I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house, you need three things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually four. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogrooom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker, 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 Brubaker.
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. A couple segments left in today's show. Get your comments in on Facebook. You can call us 256-234-6221 to be on the show. Speaking of, while we're talking about all this stuff we're talking about, happy NIL Day, Wade. You know, today, a year ago, NIL was unleashed on college athletics.
Well,
a year ago today.
The ramifications on it won't be known for years to come. It's another avenue for recruiting, I guess you can say. I think it's all going to tie into, while it was unleashed, in my opinion, while Texas and Oklahoma decided to do what they did, why the NCAA president is stepping down, and they're going to get somebody to come in and lead the new world of college football. It's a master plan, and NIL is going to be part of probably was being used and unleashed to pry away college football from the NCAA because they can't control it. I don't even think they really know what it is. I don't think that most people really do. And I know this, though, if you're not really out there aggressively in college football right now with an NIL as a football program, you're missing out on talent.
No, you are getting left in the dust. And speaking of that, Jaden Rashada, an $11 million NIL deal to Miami. Report said he did. He denied it on Twitter, but it's safe to say he did agree to an obscenely lucrative deal. Another high school recruit signed an $8 million NIL deal, collective that supports Tennessee and committed to Tennessee. That's the Maleva. I don't really know how to pronounce the kid's name, but he's from California. Ohio State coach Ryan Day told a group of businessmen that he needed at least $13 million to keep his roster intact. They had said that was about a month or two ago. He said the going rate for a quarterback was about $2 million.
Yeah,
I mean, this is
this what we really want in college football?
That's what we got.
But
it's just what we got.
Yeah, and so.
And it's not going to change.
You know, I got into it after the whole kerfuffle with Fisher and Saban with a good friend of mine who's an Alabama guy, and you know, we talked about it and went through the whole thing, and he was like, what do we do here? How do you control this? What's the idea here? Where's the template, you know, to keep this thing at least transparent?
Right. Well,
and my idea is if there's a portal for transfers, there should be a portal that whatever organization is going to be leading the new world of college football
here's what
has to have up transparent to everybody. And you got 1 week after one of your players signs an NIL deal to put that deal out to the public.
Well, you know what this is. You know what this is morphed into? What it was not supposed to be. NIL was intended to give players already on college rosters a chance to make money.
Right.
That's not what's happening.
No, it's pay to play.
This is pay to play at its highest level.
No,
I mean, and I told Luke and Andy and Randy and everybody that's been on the show with me the last 2 months that you were so daggum naive to think this NIL thing was anything other than to entice somebody. That was about the dumbest thought process of anybody to think that only players currently on the roster were going to get an opportunity to make money. This was opening the door for you to go out there and offer these kids and entice them to come play for you. That's what it's turned into.
There's always been an underbelly in college football of pay to play. Let's just be real.
Yeah, it's been.
Who's going to deny that? right? I mean, just someone with their head in the sand. All they've done is taken the underbelly of college football and just exposed it to being an overbelly. Everybody can see it now. But I'll say this, too, about NIL. If you're not involved in it, you don't have a plan for it, you're not ready for it, you're done. You're done here shortly for the short term because no one is getting in trouble for pay to play right now. Are you kidding me?
No. Well, everybody's doing it. All right, a veteran, and then no name here, a veteran assistant coach at a prominent program said it is unlike anything he has ever seen, and he fears for the future of the game.
Well, let me tell you this. You know, the only constant right now in college football is change, and old school coaches don't like change, okay? So, you know, they don't. You can remember how Brett Bielema and Nick Saban accused Auburn of playing street ball in Gus Malzahn's first year?
Right.
They don't like new offenses coming on the scene. They don't like new rules unless they're to their benefit. So, you know, any old coach saying something, I'm going to take with a little grain of salt.
Sure.
But I will say this, these older coaches, if they don't adapt, and you're seeing it with the likes of Dan Lanning and other young coaches, what's happening to the coaching age?
Oh, it's going down.
It's plummeting.
Well, let me tell you what he said.
It's a new world.
Again, this is an unnamed guy, but a prominent coach. I don't know if it's the same everywhere, but the players we recruit, the first thing they ask is, what about NIL? We can't really tell them we're not involved. Obviously, they find out. The next thing they ask about is the scheme and what it will do for them. They don't ask about facilities. They don't talk about what they want to major in. They don't even ask about winning. Look, I'm going to say this, and it's the most Auburn thing, and I'm not trying to bash Auburn, but how late to the game is Auburn in building this $90 million, I think that's the price on it, football-only facility? 10 years ago, when that's what the arms race was building your facilities and all that, now everybody's putting their money in trying to get these players, and here we are erecting this massive, now, again, it's going to be great, and I think it's going to help some.
Oh, you got to have that, too.
You got to have it, too, but I'm going to tell you this right here. Right out of this guy's mouth, they don't even ask about facilities care anymore. The first thing they're asking about is, what are you going to give me?
With these major football programs, Brett, I got one question to ask you. Think about this for a second. Are we about to just do away with scholarships? Because if I'm paying you $3 million,
what does it matter
to come to Auburn?
What does a scholarship
so you
matter?
can pay for your education.
Yeah,
right?
How about you foot the bill?
Right. I mean, we're paying you a salary, basically. Isn't that what it is?
I never thought about it that way.
I mean,
but everybody's not going to get an NIL.
So that's why my thoughts are: there's going to be one major league that's outside the NCAA, and there's going to be a minor league that still has scholarships.
This is going to be the
what is a scholarship now?
Well, what you're creating is the feeder league to the NFL.
Right.
It's just NFL.
It's the minor league.
It's just the NFL light. That's all it is. So, up against the break, final segment coming your way right after this.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our best rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare. Serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local Cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz final segment here on the program this Friday. Again, want to wish everybody a safe and happy 4th of July coming up this weekend. Actually, it's on Monday, but we know everybody will be out and about starting basically today, and then Saturday and Sunday, and then Monday, and then maybe some on even in Tuesday.
Well, I mean, Tuesday's a federal holiday, right?
It is.
Tuesday's the bank's closed. I think everybody should just be closed.
About that. Real quick, a comment. Ed said, hot off the presses, Auburn just offers the top 20 recruits in Alabama $1 million each NIL deals with laughing faces. He said, at some point, we got to pony up. I mean, that's really where the rubber hits the road here. It's down to teams willing to play the game and teams not willing to play the game. Speaking of success, Auburn basketball right now, Wade, is.
They're going to Israel soon.
They are.
Isn't that cool?
That is. That's really cool. And, you know, Bruce Pearl, it's a personal trip for him, you know, with his religion and background.
Safe and good
Right.
times.
I know they're looking forward to that. The basketball.
Outside the box.
It is. Well, that's what he does, isn't it?
Right. You know,
isn't that what Bruce Pearl does?
To me, that's what college should be all about is the pursuit of knowledge and experience.
Well, isn't that what college was invented for?
I mean, what a great experience if you're a kid from
now college
South
is
Alabama.
how much you pay me. How much you pay me to come to your college?
That's not college.
That's what the new way.
That's going to college in style.
That's exactly right. The basketball schedule for 2022-2023 released.
Looks good.
It does. You know, out of conference in November and December, you got George Mason, South Florida. Winthrop, got to play Bradley and Northwestern or Liberty down in the Cancun Challenge. That'll be a fun trip for the Tigers. St. Louis, Georgia State, Memphis, in Atlanta.
That'll be wild.
That will be on December 10th.
That'll be a war.
Then you go to Southern Cal, to Washington, and then at West Virginia on 128, which is the Big 12 SEC Challenge.
I like it.
And then Appalachian State to be announced. But a little West Coast trip there right before Christmas on the 18th, 21st, Southern Cal and Washington. So that'll be fun. The SEC schedule, SEC home games only, are teams that just come to Auburn that we won't reciprocate by traveling to their place. Arkansas, Florida, Mississippi State, Missouri. So we'll be looking for a little revenge on those Razorbacks when they roll in.
No question.
SEC away only. This means that we will travel to these teams only. They will not reciprocate and come back to the Auburn Arena. Kentucky, LSU, South Carolina, Vanderbilt. Okay, you know, it's time to go get a win in Rupp, right? It's about time, isn't it?
I mean, I think we've won in Vanderbilt like 3 times in the last 30 years. You know, that's always a weird place.
It's
to play.
weird, but it's time for us to get a win in Rupp at Kentucky. Time for us to get over the hump.
That will be an absolute bloodbath of a game. Kentucky did not have a very fun trip.
Well, they don't like us. And they've been getting beat by us more than they've been beating us. So
that's gonna be an awesome game. And then the SEC home and away. Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss, Tennessee, and Texas A&M.
So we'll go there, and they'll come to us. So.
We keep going to the home and aways with Tennessee.
Because
the league's doing that on purpose.
I think they're doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, crap.
I'll
but
tell
they've
you
both
what.
been at the top of the league.
This game, 12-10, Memphis and Atlanta. Are there 2 teams in college basketball right now recruiting Atlanta harder than Memphis and Auburn?
No.
I mean, that is going to be. We're going to have to go up there. I'm thinking it's a road trip.
Crap, man. Let's do it. Yep. I mean, look at it. 12-10. Sounds like a good trip to me.
Circle it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. So there's your Auburn basketball schedule. A quick glance at the schedule coming up on. It'll be here before you know. I know we talk about football, but I mean, it just seems like things just come full circle a little bit faster. Since you and I don't get a chance to be on the show very much together, Auburn baseball, heck of a year. Butch Thompson getting to the College World Series. That's 2 times in the last 4 years. It seems like he makes a super regional every year now, no matter what the talent level is.
Andy and I talked about it last Friday that if they hold on to Butch Thompson and Bruce Pearl, that we believe in the next 10 years, one of them will get over the hump and get a national title. Which one do you think gets there first?
Man, it's tough in both sports because they're both tournament sports, you know, and you can have a great team and, you know, it just not be playing well at the right time. Look at Ole Miss. Barely got in the tournament, caught fire at the right time. It wouldn't have mattered if they'd have played the New York Yankees, I don't think. I think nobody could beat Ole Miss.
If you look back to the Final Four run that we had a few years back, midway through that season, Auburn they weren't great.
No, they
took a bad
lot of people
loss
think
at home
a lot
to
of people
Ole
thought
Miss.
they'd tanked.
They were clearly on the bubble, and it took a last-second shot at Georgia to put them away, which kind of got the season going. There were a few games left, and then they just got hot.
That's how it goes. You just got to be playing good at the right time. We'll close out the show as we do every day with some happy birthdays. You a big Halloween fan?
I'm not a big horror movie fan.
I love them. Mustafa Akkad started the Halloween series.
How about that?
And born on this day, 1930.
Well, Michael Myers is like 230 years old now.
He can be killed.
Every day's his birthday.
Can be killed, man.
Yeah.
He owns it.
Yeah,
you don't want to see him coming.
Every day.
Jamie Farr, were you a big Klinger on MASH?
Not a big MASH fan.
I'm not a big MASH fan either. He was Klinger on MASH. Sidney Pollack, Hollywood director. Tootsie out of Africa. Don't know either one. That's Andy there. Deborah Harry, 1945, Blondie.
Happy birthday.
You know Blondie, don't you? Dan Aykroyd.
Everybody knows
just
Dan
a
Aykroyd.
Plethora of great movies he was in. Coneheads, Ghostbusters, name them all. Keith Whitley, country music artist, died in 1989.
Man.
Very young.
Gone too soon.
Very, very young. Alan Ruck was Cameron on Ferris Bueller.
Bueller.
Yeah, the one that hated his dad and kicked the Ferrari out the back glass.
Beautiful car they ruined.
Carl Lewis, 9 gold medals. Patrick McEnroe, John's brother.
Yeah.
Pamela Anderson, the star of the 90s, man.
No videotapes today for your birthday, girl.
Missy Elliott, famous singer, and then Liv Tyler.
Oh, I love some Liv Tyler.
That's right.
Strong like bull.
No doubt. Wade, thanks, brother. Enjoyed it.
Well, thank you, and happy 4th of July to everybody. I know it's not the perfect country, but it's the best one that's ever been.
It's the
so
best
let's go
one.
celebrate.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. For Wade Bennett, I'm Brett Bridger saying we've enjoyed it. Well, if you have, see you next time.